Hello from me and my poodle hair to you. Hello. Happy whatever day it is. I asked you good old folk over on my Facebook what you want to see as far as makeup today. Do we want a full Saint lovey-dovey look, or do we want a whole mix-up? And everyone said, not everyone, but most people said, well, let's do a little mix-up. So here's the thing with my hair. I'm going to teach you guys, I'm actually going to answer a ton of most asked questions as far as makeup goes. It's all age inclusive, so like my mature ladies, my younger ladies. But on a side note, I am committed. Hello from Canada. Tell me if you're watching and if you're new or where you're from or what's going on. I am really committed to letting my hair air dry for the summer as much as I can. The problem is it looks like this. And so until we get makeup on, I look like I just rolled out of bed because I kind of did. So hello everyone. We're going to answer a bunch of your makeup questions today. And all you Facebook folks said you wanted to see a mix of makeup today. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to address the elephant in the room because I still, even after addressing it yesterday on my stories, people are still asking if I still do Saint. Yes. Yes, I do. It is my fave. Hello from LA. I have never been to LA and like explored. Is it worth going and exploring? Yes, I'm so a Saint, you guys. The thing is I love makeup and you guys want to see more than just that. Saint will always be my ride or die. And I'm going to reach for it 90% of the time. So thank you so much. First things first, one of the biggest things I get asked, girlfriend, how do you prep your face? Well, I already have my skincare done from earlier today. But I do get a lot of my mostly more mature, beautiful ladies who ask, how can I plump and prep my face? Hello from Tennessee. Thank you for watching my videos. Tennessee is just a sleigh. I love Tennessee. If my husband would let me, I'd probably move there, but he says we can't move away from my family. So one thing you can use is some kind of prep spray. So this one is the Plush Prep Mist by Saint. I love it, as you can tell. I use a lot of her, and this will be a repurchase. I'm not always a repurchaser because a lot of times I like to use I like to try another product, but this is good. I don't like certain smells, a lot of smells, and this I actually like. Hi from Florida. I just visited Florida, actually in my adult life a month ago. Love it. So this has caffeine and hyaluronic acid in it, so it's going to plump and prep your face in that way. So if you've just lost some volume, or you just feel like, let's fix this little girl. If you just feel like you just need a little plumpness, a little caffeine, it's going to wake you up. It's your little cappuccino. Speaking of cappuccino, let's yap. Let's have a little yappuccino today. We're going to yap while we do this. Okay, so I have that going. I'm letting that dry, Jersey dry. I have not put on SPF yet. I'm looking around for all the millions of things that I have. Normally I'm standing, but today I wanted to sit down. I wanted to sit my tush on the chair. So typically, hi from Iowa. Typically I use a tinted moisturizer of some sort or a BB cream because I don't know, I like to even out my skin tone first and then go in with my makeup. Then I can use less and I'm not packing it on. Nail color, I don't know. It's a dip. What can we use for redness in the face? Girl, I'm coming right up with that. So, a lot of times this kind of stuff actually evens that out, a BB cream or tinted moisturizer, but today I'm going to show you guys a cushion foundation. You guys have been loving it, so we're just going to keep showing it. And I'm pretty picky with what I continue to grab for. I know, I'm sorry. They only have, so when I go get my dip, they only have the number on the jar. They don't have the name. I would say if I could, I didn't even realize I matched my shirt. If I could name it, it'd be Fire Engine or something. Okay, maybe not that. Hot Coral. Okay, so I'm putting on this SPF. I'm putting this on because I am going to go for a walk in just a little bit. You guys, I will say, I do have a hard time finding SPFs that work under cream makeup. And so I am going to put together a little guide to go out to my newsletter. If you need to be part of my newsletter, just hashtag newsletter after I post this. And so I'm going to do some sunscreens that work with your makeup. The thing is not a lot to always do. But and so typically I would let this sit for a little bit, but we don't got time for that. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you guys how to how to minimize this redness, okay? Typically, like I said, I use a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream, but today we're gonna do this. I actually had a, hey Beth, can you message me? Will you DM me newsletter? That way I can get you plugged in my system, because for some reason, the old IG, as soon as I post this, it doesn't like show me any of the comments. So either do newsletter to my my business number, which is 541-933-4551. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, and then once I'm able to post this later, people will be able to do that. Okay, look at that already though. I am using this color Aspen, and I was on a Zoom with a mama of mine, a customer of mine who is a newer mama, and I was showing her how to use this makeup because she was kind of confused. And she's like, it's just so weird thinking of using a darker color over my blemishes. And I'm like, yep, I promise you it works. But you guys, look at this disappearing. Like a little hocus pocus action here. Look at that. Look at that. Look how much it's gone. Okay, I'm going to show you my nose. I can just dust, and you just want to dust a little bit. So this is Aspen Contour by Saint. This, I do recommend this a lot to a lot of people when I'm color matching them. Elta MD just came out with a redness sunscreen. Will that work under Saint? Well, Betty, let me go. I gotta try it. I will try and see and let you know. So Aspen Contour is a color corrector I recommend for a lot of you guys. Look at this. Watch this. It's just gonna go away. And that's because it has a green undertone. I know it's so weird that it's a contour, but it also has a harder consistency. So it's going to stay and stay. Okay? Look at this. Stay and stay. So I just dusted so little of that and got rid of so much of my redness. I do get a like freckle mustache in the summer. Do you guys get that? And you can just kind of minimize it that way. And there we go. Now my skin is prepped, ready to move on to use the next product. Okay, hello. You guys, can I just show you this? Fa la la. Yes, still using Christmas cups because I don't move mine around. Okay, so typically, like I said, you guys know I typically use my tinted moisturizer. Saint is available in Canada, yes. Or my BB cream, but today we're going to use Cushion, which is the new makeup I've been trying by my skincare company that I've also been using for like 5 months or so. And if you do want a match to this, you can say Cushion below, and I think it should trigger to send you guys to get color matched for that. If you guys want a color match for this Cushion, let me know, but I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, you use a Christmas cup too? They just, they just don't go to style. So this is what this looks like. It's funky, okay? It's Funkadoodle. The thing I like about it is that it is skincare infused. No, it's not going to take place of your skincare. No. But it is skincare infused. So you're using your skincare and then you're using this and you're getting all of that yumminess done. Hey, Hope, can you tell me if you get in a message from me, from my automation, for Cushion? Can you tell me if something comes to you? It should be set up like automatically, just so you guys don't have to wait for me. Okay, so I'm gonna mix these two because I'm right in between colors right now, but I want you guys to look at this. Now, some people use their finger, some people use the sponge it comes with. I like to use a brush, and I just look, it's just so pretty. And I'm just gonna stipple some on. Now, if you watched any of my videos from earlier this week, you would see that it covers redness like a dream, but I just color corrected, so you aren't going to really see that. Thank you, Hope. I really appreciate it. So I'm just tapping this in. And so yeah, you guys, I still use Saint. I love trying new makeup, and you guys have no idea how much makeup I actually try behind the scenes. I'm trying new makeup all the time. And I don't talk about a whole lot because there isn't a whole lot that beats Saint for me, or that beats like my Celeste tinted moisturizer and mascara. That's why I constantly am talking about them. Same with like City Beauty. I have products from there I'm absolutely obsessed with. So I am constantly trying new products, but I typically am not going to talk about one unless I really, really like it. Yeah, so that's just what I'm going to do. One of my favorite things back in the day when I first kind of started social media was that you guys look how pretty that is. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, and it feels like there's nothing on my face. And it is a buildable coverage, so you guys know I like a more medium coverage as opposed to a light coverage. So, okay, so anyway, I used to, like, when I first started my social media world, I would always, like, buy new products that I would see on, like, the YouTube people using, or, like, just any of, like, my makeup and beauty influencers that I would follow, and I would go try them, and I would review them on my own social media, and I loved doing that, and I kind of want to do that again. The problem is I don't like confusing my audience, but I do have people that follow me that are like, I don't use Saint, you know, and I would like to be able to use something that you recommend. So anyway, that's kind of what I think I want to do again. It's just, it was so fun for me. It brought me so much joy. Okay, so you guys, that is the cushion. Okay, but just wait, because I'm going to, now I told you this color is too dark for me right now, but it's my summer color. So I'm just kind of trying to mix the, no, so this is the Rimmon one. This is the Rimmon cushion. I'm going to put Saint over top of it. Not over top, but it is so pretty. I can't believe the amount of compliments I've been getting on my makeup the last couple days. So there's that. And now here's another makeup question I get. Cushion is perfect for dry skin. Yes. Saint, I know, I love Saint too because it's so good for dry skin. So one thing I get asked a lot is what kind of makeup is good for mature skin? I'm going to tell you, most likely not a liquid foundation and not a powder foundation. Creams are really beautiful, or some kind of serum, something is really beautiful because it's not going to dry down on your skin, and liquid actually dry. Where is my, you guys, it's because I helped that mama today on Zoom. So all my stuff is over here. So anyway, cream is going to be best for you because it's not going to dry down, and what liquid does is it actually dries down, and so it takes the moisture out of your face, which is why so many people with maturing or mature skin find that like why are my wrinkles showing really, really badly? Well, that's why when you dry that spot up or use too much product in a spot, your mature skin is going to essentially look worse or more textured, or you're going to look like you have more wrinkles. So I am now pairing my Saint. So this is my Saint makeup. If you guys are new, this has been my ride or die for over 4 years. You can actually have your entire palette in here except for a mascara. So I have matched over 30,000 women to this. I just love it. I come back to it all of the time. It saved me through postpartum life. It's still the prettiest makeup. And I do like pairing other makeups with it, but this is like, if I had to go on a desert island and they were like, you can only take one makeup, I would be taking my Saint palette. So I do like a brighter under eye. I am definitely getting a lot more. You guys think I don't have texture and wrinkles. It is so funny. So many people will comment on my videos and be like, you can't say that, you don't have wrinkles. I'm like, I don't. Yes, I do. I have crow's feet. I have texture under there, you can see. But so many people don't think I do, and I do. But I have noticed, like, the more I use the lighter colors, it is starting to show a little bit more texture. So I have had to start going more into my main shade and just get right there. So anyway, yay for aging. And I don't care what anyone says. Don't tell me you're only 36. I almost said 35. I'm almost 37. We figured that out the other day because I couldn't figure out how old I was. Okay, now I'm going to move into my contour. I'm going to take my detail brush. And, okay, so it was really funny. The mom this morning that I was filming with, or Zooming with, she's like, oh my gosh, I used to just use like a BB cream and like something else. And she's like, this is so easy. It makes me feel so good. So, and she's like no makeup guru. And she's like, oh my gosh, I love this. So it was really, it was just so good while her friend was there holding her 3-year-old or her 3-month-old while she got like an instruction from me. It was really cool. Okay. So another thing I get asked, like, how can I bring volume back to my face if I am like over 50 or if I've lost a lot of volume here? You're going to skip the contour here. Now, if you have a more round face, you are going to want to bring that contour down because it's going to almost like look like it sucks in your temples and just gives you more dimension. But if you are lacking volume there and you want to bring some dimension back to that area, you're going to not add contour and you're actually going to use like a brighter shade and dust it over your temple. And what that's going to do is it's going to seem like it's going to bring it out, okay? And then that's how you're going to get the illusion. Like, I mean, you can see right here. Look at that. That's how you're going to get the illusion that you have more volume in that area. So I'll show you guys over here. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to take the remnants of that contour and I'm just going to chisel the jawline. Because we are puffy. I don't know if I've told you guys. I've told you guys. But if you're new, you don't know. I'm on hormone replacement therapy and I swear it's made my face real puffy lately. So I've been trying to do more of an anti-inflammatory diet, really focus on my, just like a short-term diet. It's not like a long-term, just trying to depuff. Okay, so we have our contour done. Now I'm going to use my bronzer. Bronzer, holy hecka, it's hot in here. It's hot in here, mate. We're going to use my bronzer and I'm going to show you where it goes. That is where, what people are like, well, I did a contour. Do I need a bronzer? No, you don't need a bronzer. You don't need one, but if you're like me, it's your favorite. It's your favorite product. So I'm going to go into this bronzer here and I'm just going to sweep it kind of right over my cheekbones. Do older ladies put contour on top? On top where? You mean like on your forehead or what do you mean, girl? And I will help you out. Okay, so I'm just dusting this bronzer on. Now, bronzer just makes your face a little bit warmer. And I'm here to tell you that your girl likes, oh, good question. Your girl likes a lot of bronzer and blush. So that's what I use. You do not have to use as much as me. Okay, so she just asked, do mature women use the contour on top of the jawline? So if you have kind of these jowls here, you're going to want to take, because I do have them, but it's more of a double chin. You're going to want to go over them slightly like this. Okay? And just gently pull down. And that's going to give the illusion that it is more sharp. And you're going to use a little, or you're going to have a little less of a jowl there. I mean, you can even see right here compared to here. I was on a Zoom last night and I was kind of going over the recording. And I was like, dang, I did not contour my jawline. And then you want to pull it back to behind your ear. So you don't want it to stop here. You want to come all the way back. So you have that full, like looking like you just lost 5 pounds. Okay, we're just flicking up. Flick, flick, flick. Okay, now we're going to go into blush. Now there are 2 different ways you're welcome. There are 2 different ways you can apply your blush, or you can do a combination like hybrid. So first of all, since I'm wearing this orange color, let's do like a little orangey moment. If you want more of a lifted effect and you're like, my cheeks are full enough, I don't need any fullness in my cheeks, you can keep your blush back here. Now again, I like a lot of blush. You do not have to use as much blush as I am using. But I do also like to use more when I'm showing videos so you guys do see it. But anyway, so you would just use it more towards the back of your cheekbones as to not bring attention to the apples of your cheeks. If maybe you have more of a round face and you don't want them to look, you know, bigger or have more volume. But if you're someone who has lost volume there, you might want to add a little bit on your, like the actual apples of your cheeks. So I'm just going to tap this in and I'm just going to sweep it. Now you can get out of control on your cheeks real quickly. So that's why I put less on my cheekbone than I did on the tops of my cheeks. Okay, but do you see how it just brings a little bit more emphasis here? So when you're smiling, it just is a little bit more round. Now, I am not someone who needs extra volume in that space yet. So I am going to lighten that load here. And I am going to add that color to the back of my cheeks because I like mine to just mostly be lifted. But then here's a little trick that I do, and this is where you can do a little hybrid moment. I'm going to tap this shade in, tippy tap. I like to come up to my temple and kind of into the side of my eyes because it kind of connects them, okay? They're not going to stay that color. So I'm going to tip, tip, tap, and then bring a little bit down to my cheeks. Just like the little bit, smidgen. So I'm not doing a whole bunch, just a little bit. Okay, I love this color. I think this is, I don't know what color that is. Okay, so now let's get into eyeshadow. We have lots of beautiful colors we can use here. Okay, let me see what color this is. Let me dig into it really quick. It is so pretty. This is my favorite. This is Over the Rainbow. Oh, it's limited edition. But I think Disco Inferno is similar, which we should have Disco Inferno on the website. But this is going to be probably like my little summer jam here. I love these colors right here. So gorgina. All right. Now, let's talk, before I get into eyeshadow actually, let's talk illuminator. Illuminator is totally optional, but illuminator does give you a little bit of extra shine, a little bit of extra dewiness, or lift to your cheekbones. If you are using a powder illuminator, it's going to be best for, usually, you can do whatever you want, okay? But usually more oily people, the powder illuminator might work better for, or if you really like a big pizzazz on your face, which is me, I like the pizzazz. And then if you are more mature or you have really dry skin, our cream illuminators are going to be perfect. You can totally use an eyeshadow as an illuminator. I actually love to use Soulmate as well. So you can double dip. If you just have like a nice shimmer, you can totally double dip those. So tops of cheekbones, I like to go down my nose. That's optional. And above Cupid's bow, it's also optional. It just like brings a little bit more, you know, juice to it. Okay, we are going to now do eyeshadow. Eyeshadow. And if you do a full-time eyeshadow, guys, if you guys do like the full shebang, I think, now you can not do this, I personally think that you got some eyebrows. You gotta fill in the eyebrows a bit, okay? Because you can't have like a full beat and then not fill on the eyebrows. Why can't I talk? It's because I'm drinking my pre-workout and I haven't walked yet. I need to go walk. Hello, guys. Okay, important thing number two is you want to, now some people won't agree with this. This is just my personal preference for my own clients when I do their makeup, is I prefer to set the primer, okay? This can be with a matte eyeshadow that's similar in your shade. This can be with a powder. If you are mature, like if you have mature eyelids, I would be careful which powder you use because you can make those puppies look real dry real quick. So I am just setting it, and the reason we do this is because, let's just dab that in. Because then if you're putting your eyeshadow on, it's not gonna like stick. So when you're going back and forth, it's not gonna like stick, and it's gonna go on really, really smooth, as opposed to if you don't have that set. All right. Here's the biggest one. What do I do if I have hooded eyes? What do I do if I have textured eyes? Those are like the questions I get all of the time, but we're going to start with hooded eyes. So I'm going to go into this shade. I think this is Dream. It's one of my favorites. And when you have hooded eyes, you're going to just look forward, okay? You're going to sweep back and forth, look forward, and you're going to make sure that you're going above your crease and almost creating an illusion of a higher crease so it keeps your eyes looking open and awake. Now, if you have a lot of texture, you might want to just do this tapping motion. Tell me where you're watching from, friends. Tapping motion to really get that color and pigment in. And then you can kind of swipe slightly just to blend or mesh any of those shades or any of those eyeshadows that are just like kind of not really smooth. Okay, so I'm going back and forth here. I do get asked often, if I'm mature, can I wear shimmer eyeshadow? I'm gonna say I'll wear shimmer until I'm 90. But if you do have like a ton of texture, you would maybe want to stick to like a satin as opposed to like a true shimmer or glitter. So satins are going to be a little bit more user friendly for the gal, hello you guys, who has, you know, a lot of texture up there. A lot of wrinkles, a lot of texture. Okay, so I just went back and forth with Dream. You could be done right there, or you can add a really pretty shimmer. Let's add this color. I think this is Angel's Landing. This is also so good. These are some of my favorite shades. Oh, I should do that one. That one's legend. So these are some of my favorite shades I keep in this palette. That's because this is, oh geez, I just swooped through a bunch of other colors. That's because this palette is also like one of my favorite palettes ever to exist. Hey you guys! So I'm just going to tap a little bit into each of those colors since that's what I just did. And I'm going to go over my eyes. Now, I do get asked too, Why are you using your finger as opposed to a brush? You're going to get more of a color payoff. Okay, watch this. By using your finger as opposed to a brush. Let me show you. Let me show you. And, okay, didn't even pick it up. Didn't even pick it up. Let's try again. All right, here we go. Okay, do you see that? So if you like a really, really light shimmer without like a ton of pigment, you could use a brush, and if you want more pigment, you will use your finger. Okay, let's see. I am going to show you an eyeliner trick. If you have more mature eyes, I would use eyeshadow as your eyeliner. Or if you really just like a pencil, I would use a gel pencil. And this is because it's going to go on a little smoother. You're not going to be tugging at your eyes a bunch. Like, look how easy this goes on, okay? I'm not tugging at my eyes a bunch. I don't have to like pull my eyelids out and give myself more future wrinkles. So the tattoo, like any kind of tattoo gel, is going to be really good. And if you really want to get underneath there, you do have to kind of do this. Sorry. Gonna make people mad by doing this. And if you like just that eyeliner all up in that lash line, you could do that. Okay, so then you're not putting a ton of makeup underneath or on top. Also, I am a big fan of using brown. I'm also a big fan of using purples. I think they're just so pretty. Okay, so that is what I would do if I were you. If you had mature eyes, if you were one of my clients, I would stick to more of a gel or more of an eyeshadow. Okay? All right. I'm going to hydrate my lips first. I always hydrate my lips first before I put anything on. Typically, I hydrate them as I'm doing my makeup. That's also another little tip, so that they're nice and ready to be juiced up when you're all done with your makeup. So I'm going to let that sit for a second so I can do my lips. Okay, another big thing I hear all the time. Kayla, how do I get my blush to last longer? Now, if you're a cream blush user, your cream blush might fade a little bit quicker. You can always apply it with a set and spray, or you could do this little trick I'm about to show you. You could take a blush, a powder blush that is similar in shade to what you put on, and you could just dust a little bit over top to set it. Now, I do have friends who cream blush, like their face like literally eats it, like a dang cake, eats cream blush, and they have to set with a powder blush, and that's just how different skin types and tones go. So I'm just setting with this powder really quick, and my blush will last all day. Actually, sometimes even if I'm sweating, my blush will still be completely intact. The rest of me will be like a hot mess. So, all right, we'll do lips in just a minute. Okay, let's do, how do I get my my lashes to curl? Okay, if you are someone who just curls one time at the base, like this, and they don't seem to curl, and they just kind of like are ding, ding, I would curl one time at the base and do like a little pump, pump, pump. And then I would move halfway up the shaft. I know. And do a little curl as well. So they're going to be really curly. Mine are going to be very curly because they're long. But, okay. Doing tap, tap, tap. See, you guys don't think I have wrinkles. I really do. It's so funny. So many people are like, you can't say anything. Oh, but I can. But I can and I will, John. Hey, you guys. Happy, what is today? Is today Wednesday? Yes, it's Wednesday because it's my son's second game of the week. Okay, another tip I like to use is I will just coat the tips of my lashes like this first and kind of let those dry. Like that. Okay, and then I will go in and swoop from the base and then move and wiggle up. Like that. Okay, and that'll give you some more length. That'll help your lashes to kind of stay curled and stay like long and voluminous and voluptuous. Hi, you guys. So this is a look I would totally do for Mother's Day. When you curl your lashes, they look shorter. Interesting. How so? They look shorter. Are you grabbing your lashes at the base when you curl them? Okay, so now now that I did the tips of my lashes, I'm going to go in at the base. And I'm going to move up like this. I don't know if you guys have an eye that has like lashes that are a little bit shorter than the other, but this one is shorter than my other side. And that's because I sleep on this side is what I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's why. Wait, what is happening downstairs? It sounds like my husband's using power tools downstairs right now. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to just do one coat on camera for that. I won't do my eyebrows on camera because, I don't know, for some reason you guys don't like that. Okay, let's go into lips. I get people that say, I don't want lip filler. Yes, we're in the more natural era right now. And they say, but I want my lips to look more plump. So, what is he doing down there? Can you guys hear that downstairs? Okay, so here's a little tip. So if you were to put this in your mouth, and you didn't have those corners ready to line, you would just line your lips to like there. You wouldn't go all the way to the corners, especially if you have mature lips. Because what happens is it's actually going to accentuate that downturn that you start to get as you get older. So you just kind of keep your liner, your lip liner, and then before you go to the outside. And it actually just keeps the illusion of your lips being plump and kind of round in the center. And I like to do this. I like to do like a little darker movement here and fill in just on the outsides. This is very hard at my phone. I had no idea if it's blended in. Okay, I got it all. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take like a nude peach color and I'm going to pop that in the middle. Now, if you have, you can wear whatever color you want, but if you're just looking for every day and you have mature skin, I would go for a shade that's like 2 shades darker or 1 shade darker than your lips. Use like a nude pink or a nude peach. It'd be really pretty. Okay. And then it kind of keeps that illusion and focus right here in the center so they look more plump. And then your last thing to do is to take a gloss and just focus it on the center. Okay, you guys, makeup is all about illusion. When you're trying to not fix something but like enhance something more, it's all about illusion and makeup placement. So if I'm focusing that peachy nude on the center of my lips and then I'm focusing the lip gloss on the center of my lips, well, where's the focus going to be? On the center of my lips, and it makes them look more round. So those are your guys' little tips today. Oh, I do need to tell you on powder. Now, this is an amazing powder. A ton of my mature clients use it and love it. Sorry for my hair. If I was going to do a bold red lip, how would you do your eyeshadow? That's a really good question. Let me answer that in just a minute. So if you are mature and you don't want a puffer, like a little puffer underneath your eyes, you could take a little bit of a loose brush like this, tap off all the excess that you can. Sorry. And you're just going to just swipe a little bit underneath. Just to set where you need to so you don't have makeup moving, or maybe your mascara transfers. If your mascara transfers, sometimes you just need to like have a little bit of dryness underneath. Okay, so I just barely put anything underneath there. I like to really set my under eyes just with this powder. There's a lot I don't like to use because it accentuates my fine lines so much. So you could just tap that into any shiny areas as well, and then there you are. Okay, so if I did a bold lip, I would typically stick to like neutral eyeshadows. Let me show you. More neutral eyeshadows, like this. You could do like a little bit of gold or silver, like a little bit, but I like to like this kind of eyeshadow with like a really bold lash or just a lot of mascara and a red lip is what I typically like, because you want that balance. If you're going like really, really bold on both areas, it's I feel like it takes attention away from what you're trying to do. I either like to go really bold eye or really bold lip. But again, that is a personal preference. Some people love the whole smoky eye with a bold red lip. That is just not typically what I do. So that is what advice I would give. The powder is the Celeste powder, the Celeste finishing powder. I can send it to you. Just message me. Just send me a DM. But I have sold thousands of those. Like my followers have sold them out twice now, I think, because they're so good. So, and it is pretty reasonably priced. All right, you guys, that is it. I'm going to go do my eyebrows, which I don't know why, because I'm going to go on a walk and sweat. But that is a lot of your makeup questions answered. And I know that I do a lot of reels, but some people like just that like slow down of it. And so that's what we did today. And I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Any questions that you have, go ahead and drop them below and I'll try and answer them. Bye.